Yaakov,
מה שלומך?
בסדר, how's it going?
Baruch Hashem. Today is Rosh Chodesh. It is the new moon.
It is
Um,
ראש חודש שמח.
Rosh Chodesh Sameach. Where
או שלום עליך, I should say.
I had it. There we are. Okay, here we are. And it is still Hanukkah, and it is the night before the secular New Year.
It's true. Upcoming seventh night and the New Year.
Correct. Yes.
Or how we called it in Israel, Sylvester.
Sylvester?
It's always weird, yeah. I don't know. I remember we called it the Sylvester, and and then there was a conspiracy theory that it's named after Saint Sylvester or whatever, and so people were like, so it was like, you should, it's not something to celebrate or whatever. But no, there was no reason. We were the only ones that were calling it Sylvester. I think it was like somebody just called it that way just to make shenanigans.
The slang,
or maybe it's something that's more prevalent in Russia, because that's usually where.
The slang term for New Year's celebrated in Israel is Sylvester. And no, there's no connection to the cat, but rather to an early anti-Semitic pope. Sylvester was the name of a saint and Roman pope who reigned during the Council of Nicaea, 325 CE. The year before the Council of Nicaea convened, Sylvester convinced Constantine to prohibit Jews from living in Jerusalem. At the Council of Nicaea, Sylvester arranged for the passage of a host of viciously anti-Semitic legislation. All Catholic saints are awarded a day in which Christians celebrate and pay tribute to that saint's memory. December 31 is Saint Sylvester Day. Hence, celebration on the night of December 31 are dedicated to Sylvester's memory. It's okay. That's
conspiracy confirmed.
Yeah. There you go. It's because of Saint Sylvester. I will have to look up more about Saint Sylvester later.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that was a little bit of a tidbit.
Thank you for the tidbit. I did not know this.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to read or should I read?
I can read.
You can read, but do you want to read?
I shall. I want to.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This is fancy.
It's not
for some reason it's like very...
I'm trying to make it big, nice and big.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're at chapter 1.
Yes.
Are we gonna go through the English? I guess I can try to.
I mean, I can go to the English, yeah. But I mean, we read the Hebrew when we were doing the thing as well. So
yeah, no,
the English is here. Yeah.
בביאור כלל חובת האדם בעולמו. יסוד החסידות ושורש העבודה התמימה הוא שיתברר ויתאמת אצל האדם מה חובתו בעולמו ולמה צריך שישים מבטו ומגמתו בכל אשר הוא עמל כל ימי חייו. It's the foundation of piety and the root of perfect service of God is for a man to clarify and come to realize as truth what is his obligation in this world and to what he needs to direct his gaze and aspiration in all that he toils all the days of his life. Let's start to experiment and let me try to translate it myself.
Okay.
Help me learn it better, and we'll see if it's too bad for everybody else. והנה מה שהורונו חכמינו זיכרונם לברכה הוא, and here is what our sages have taught us, שהאדם לא נברא אלא להתענג על השם וליהנות מסביב שכינתו. That a person was born only for the sake of delighting in God and enjoying the radiance of his divine presence, radiance of
I would translate lehit aneg al Hashem means I would probably translate it as to make yourself
Lit'aneg.
make yourself delightful to God.
Lit'aneg. Interesting. Okay. So this is already good. Actually, doing this because now
we're getting into the
It exposes the assumptions. Okay, so lit'aneg. So making yourself delightful in the eyes of God and enjoying the radiance of his divine presence. שזהו התענוג האמיתי והעידון הגדול מכל העידונים שיכולים להימצא. Because this is the greatest or the true delight and the greatest idun, I don't know how you would call it, idun.
So idun is actually from the same root as Gan Eden, right? So the Garden of Eden. So the greatest Eden, the greatest
Eden of all the Edens that can be found. ומקום העידון הזה באמת הוא העולם הבא. And the world, the where can we find this Eden-like experience, Eden-like place is in the עולם הבא, in the world to come. כי הוא הנברא בהכנה המצטרכת לדבר הזה. Because I know what he means here, but I don't know how to translate
because
man is made
human being as created, I think that's how they translate it.
For it was created expressly for the. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh no. So they're saying Olam Haba is Hanivra Bahachana was created for this purpose. Okay.
For the purpose of enjoying the divine presence.
Yeah.
אך הדרך כדי להגיע למחוז חפצנו זה. The way, but the way to get to this place that we desire, וזה העולם, is this world. והוא מה שאמרו זיכרונם לברכה. And this is what they said, our sages said in פרקי אבות. העולם הזה דומה לפרוזדור בפני העולם הבא. This world is just a vestibule, a foyer, or corridor before the world to come. והאמצעים המגיעים את האדם לתכלית הזה, and the means that bring a person to this end, towards this end, הם are המצוות אשר ציוונו עליהם האל יתברך שמו, are the commandments, the mitzvot that God has commanded us, blessed be his name. ומקום עשיית המצוות הוא רק העולם הזה, and the place to do the commandments is only in this world. על כן הושם האדם בזה העולם בתחילה.
Husham.
Husham.
Let me see how they translate it. Was
placed.
Oh, so maybe it should be Husam. But it's Menukad Husham.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Husham. Sham can be used like you say. Sham is like the place that I want to go.
And whoever did the Nikud might have also made a mistake. I mean, it's not like
it's possible.
Yeah.
Are we checking for sources?
Check to see if yeah. So this one it's Menukada Alken Husam.
Okay, now I need to check mine. Everybody, be patient, please.
If somebody wants to be kind to Safaria, you can put in a note and let them know that they have a typo here.
Alken Husam.
Yeah. Alken Husam. Yeah. Okay. They have a typo here.
Great stuff. I think if you highlight it, you might be able to give feedback.
You can, but it takes
a lot of time. Okay.
Yeah, feedback. Yeah, that's gonna take.
Might not be live stream material.
Yeah. And now I have to figure out how to get back to where we were.
We're trying to be good.
We are trying to be good, but being good isn't so easy, is it?
I think this book might try to help us with that. Alken.
Give me a second. See what you did? It's all your fault. Where were we? Ken Hussam. Okay.
Now the question.
Okay. Ken Hussam.
Now the question: do we want Safari to feel bad or not? So should I just say Usham just so they don't feel embarrassed? Or it's a Chafetz Chaim question, I think. Like, you know, I don't want to make them feel bad. So this is the reason why a person was created, was put in this world at first. כדי שעל ידי האמצעים האלה המזדמנים לו כאן. So a person was put in this world first for the so that he uses the elements, the things in this world that comes, the things in this world that are
available to him,
available to him. מזדמנים לו כאן, יוכל להגיע למקום אשר הוכן לו. So you can use the things that are available here to prepare him and to bring him to this place that was prepared for him, שהוא העולם הבא, which is the world to come. לרבות שם בטוב אשר קנה לו על ידי אמצעים אלה. To dwell or to לרבות, I guess, like kind of like almost like float in goodness, in all the things that those things are the elements. It's not elements. Emtsaim, I don't know how to translate.
Emtsaim is
means, I think. Basically.
Means, means.
Yeah. So to dwell on all the goodness that the means that he used have acquired for him. And this is what our sages said in Iruvin. Today to do them and tomorrow to get the reward.
Yeah.
And when you look closely or closer into this, you will see after looking at this that the real fulfillment, the real shlemut,
wholeness, I guess.
The wholeness, or like the almost
completion?
Like the what?
Completion.
The completion, the shlemut. It almost seems like he wants to say like the essence, like really what, like the point here, like the real.
Well, I mean, he means the fullness of being a human.
Right. Okay. Yeah. The fullness of being a human being is only dvikut, only cleaving to God, boit barach, cleaving to God, may he be blessed. And this is what King David said in Tehillim, in Psalms. Vani kirvat Elohim li tov. And for me, being close to God is good. I mean, I'm translating very casually.
No, it's good.
ואומר, and he further said, אחת שאלתי מאת השם, אותה אבקש. One thing I asked from God, one thing I requested, שבתי בבית השם כל ימי חיי וגומר. Shivti.
Place me.
Shivti. I'm trying to think because I started singing this on Shabbat, so I'm trying to sing.
Oh yeah, this is a very common song.
Okay, I will see how I need to look at that. Shivti ebetnai kol hamechai, and I dwelt in the house.
No, not shavti.
And I returned. Sorry,
place me. No, place me. It's a command of lashevet.
Place me. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Place me in the house of God for all the days of my life. Ki rak zeh hu atov, because only this is good, the good, or the true good, or the good. V'kol zulat zeh sheyachshavu bnei adam letov, and everything else that people think is good, eno ela evel v'shav nit'ah.
Yeah.
is only but hevel, futility, and nothingness.
God's house. I was thinking how.
I mean, may dwell. Yeah, they dwell in the house of God.
Yeah, I thought shifty is command form of thing. Okay, that's Psalms. We know what it basically saying.
Maybe Psalms we'll do next.
Yeah.
Even though, didn't you do Psalms with someone?
I've done some of Psalms. The thing is, it's Psalms is really hard, especially because so much of it is. I mean, it just sounds good in Hebrew, and maybe doesn't make the greatest amount of sense when the way you translate it, but because people, I think people sometimes over translate things. It's like sometimes it just sounds good in Hebrew,
right? Oh, the way that the way that it's put together, you mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Is that where we are? Where were we? What was the
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he was saying that one way of looking at it is that you use you were put in here to use the means in this this world to get you to the world to come, which is really the place that you were built for.
Yeah.
But really, a deeper way of looking at it, to really see the complete fullness of your experience, is really to cleave to God. אומנם, כשיזכה האדם לטובה הזאת, ראוי שיעמול ראשונה וישתדל ביגיעו לקנותה. לקנותה. But when a person is, כשיזכה.
When he merits, when he merits is how it's usually.
When he merits this goodness, it behooves him, or it is
fitting. It is fitting
for him to first. I guess I have this right. To exert himself first, to make an effort in order to actually acquire it. ואינו שישתדל לדבק בו יתברך בכוח מעשים שתולדתם זה העניין, והם המצוות. And this means, I guess, שישתדל, that he should seek to cleave to God by means of actions that toladatam zaynyam vehem, by actions that come forth from the mitzvot, that results from the mitzvot, the result in the mitzvot.
Cause him to get there, which is the mitzvot.
והנה שמו הקדוש ברוך הוא לאדם.
This is menukad samo.
Yes, samo. והנה samo, that makes sense. והנה שמו הקדוש ברוך הוא לאדם במקום שרבים בו המרחיקים אותו ממנו יתברך. And here we see that God placed a person in a place where there are many things, many people that move him away from God. והם התאוות החומריות אשר יימשך אחריהן. And these are the material lusts that a person is drawn towards. הנה הוא מתרחק והולך מן הטוב האמיתי. He's drawn towards those lusts, and he's pulled away, or he's pulling himself away from the true good. ונמצא שהוא מושם באמת בתוך המלחמה החזקה. And we can see that, or the person can see that he is placed in this powerful war. כי כל ענייני העולם, בין טוב בין רע, הנה הם ניסיונות לאדם. Because everything that happens in the world, whether it's for good or for bad, are a test for man. A test for a person. העוני מצד אחד, poverty from one end, והעושר מצד אחד, and wealth on the other hand, Kenyan Shamar Shlomo, the Mishlei, like King Solomon said in Proverbs, Ben Eshaba v'kichashti.
Esba.
Esba. Oh, Esba, that makes sense, right? Sorry. Ben Esba v'kichashti, ואמרתי מי השם, ופן אורש, Ivaresh, וגנבתי וכולי. Ivaresh, what's Ivaresh?
I think it means to be impoverished.
Yeah.
Be poor.
Yeah, I know the verse, but I've never thought about the root of this word. So King Solomon said,
lest. Pen is usually translated as lest.
I appreciate that. Lest I become satiated and I
deny you.
And I deny and say, who is God?
Mm-hmm.
Or lest I become poor and I
steal.
And I steal, and then I saw somewhere in the commentary, and then I give the name of God in vain because I say I didn't steal.
Right.
So that's interesting. השלווה מצד אחד והייסורים מצד אחד. So here we can see there is shalva, there is tranquility on one hand, והייסורים מצד אחד, and there are difficulties on the other hand. עד שנמצאת המלחמה אליו פנים ואחור. And a man has this war both in front of him and behind him.
Mm-hmm.
ואם יהיה לבן חיל, and if he will be a man of valor, וינצח המלחמה מכל הצדדים, and he wins the war from one end to the other end, הוא יהיה האדם השלם אשר יזכה לדבק בבוראו. He will be a complete man, a complete person, אשר יזכה לדבק בבוראו, who merits to cleave to his creator. ויצא מן הפרוזדור הזה, and he will come out of this vestibule, וייכנס בטרקלין לאור באור החיים. לאור באור החיים. And he will go into go in light to the light of life. I don't know.
Yeah, they translated Traklin palace. I've heard of it as banquet hall. Yeah, whatever Traklin is, which is the eternal light of lights.
Yes, I think if you go to Ben Gurion, you have like the airport is Traklin. Like you have Traklin 1, Traklin 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very big space.
Okay.
At least in modern Hebrew, that's the way it's used.
I'm surprised they don't translate it Shar, because
Shar is gate.
Yeah, so
no. So Traklin is not it's not the gate. It's like it's like I think it might be that the terminal, or
so they call the terminal Traklin.
It's either the terminal or like it's like a part of the terminal.
Okay.
Traklin 1, I think so. Oh, any Israelis here can confirm or deny.
Yeah.
וכפי השיעור אשר כבש את יצרו ואת אהבותיו, and according to the measure that a person has vanquished, or not vanquished, but conquered his inclinations and his lust, desires, ונתרחק מן המרחיקים אותו מהטוב ונשתדל לדבק בו, and pulled away from those, or that what takes him away from the good and puts an effort into cleaving to God, כן ישיגהו וישמח בו. To that measure he will achieve the cleaving to God and will delight in him. ואם תעמיק עוד בעניין, and if you look at this even closer, deeper, תראה כי העולם נברא לשימוש האדם. You will see that the world was created for the sake of man, for man to use it. אמנם, הנה הוא עומד בשיקול גדול. However, a man stands and has to
I
consider.
think here he means the world. Omed b'shikul gadol.
הנה הוא עומד בשיקול, כי אם האדם נמשך.
Oh no, they translated it like you did. Yeah.
Let's see how see what it says. Yeah. So a man that stands and with a great shikur, with a great consideration.
Yeah. Judgment, I guess.
Shikur is almost like mishkal. It's like
yeah. So like, I mean, in the balance.
In the balance.
Yeah.
הנה הוא מתקלקל. No, sorry. Where are we? הנה הוא בשיקול.
אם האדם נמשך.
כי אם האדם נמשך אחר העולם מתרחק מבוראו. Because if a man is attracted to the world and moves away from his creator, הנה הוא מתקלקל, הוא מקלקל לעולם עמו. He becomes rotten or he becomes broken and he breaks the whole world with him. מקלקל.
Destroys.
He destroys, yeah. He destroys the whole world with him. Which is interesting, by the way. I don't know. It's interesting that he puts it together. ואם הוא שולט בעצמו ונדבק בבוראו, ומשתמש מן העולם רק להיות לו לסיוע לעבודת בוראו. But if he controls himself and he cleaves to his creator and he uses this world only for the sake of working or doing the work of his creator, umitale, he ascends, והעולם עצמו מתעלה עמו, and the world with him is ascended, or ascends. כי הנה עילוי גדול הוא לבריות, כולם בהיותם משמשי האדם השלם המקודש בקדושתו יתברך. כי הנה עילוי גדול הוא לבריות, כולם בהיותם משמשי האדם השלם מקודש בקדושתו יתברך. כי הנה עילוי גדול, because he is a great...
No, because it is a great ascent for all of creation, or all things that have been created, in that they were being used by a perfect or complete man who has been sanctified in God's holiness.
So basically, one small step for man, one big step for mankind.
Yeah, they translated, for all creations are greatly elevated when they serve the Adam Shalem, whole perfect man, who is sanctified with the holiness of the Blessed One.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, as Shadow sits here while we're learning Torah, she's also gaining some measure of holiness from the Torah that we learn.
She's elevated to the extent that she can be elevated. Yes.
She is definitely being elevated by sitting in my lap.
Even this cup of water is being elevated.
Oh, that's for sure. Yeah.
והוא כעניין מה שאמרו חכמינו זיכרונם לברכה, and this is related to what our sages blessed, how do I say this?
Of blessed memory.
And this is what our sages, or this is related to what our sages of blessed memory said. בעניין האור שגנזו הקדוש ברוך הוא לצדיקים. It was what they said about the light that God saved for the righteous. וזה לשונם, and this is what they said in חגיגה. כיוון שראה אור שגנזו הקדוש ברוך הוא לצדיקים, שמח שנאמר אור צדיקים ישמח. So they say that when the light saw that God saved him for the righteous, he was happy. Because, like it said in Mishlei and Proverbs, the light of the righteous will delight, will be happy. Rejoice.
Yeah.
ובעניין אבני המקום שלקח יעקב ושם מראשותיו אמרו. And also in the matter of these stones that Jacob used to sleep under him, that he put under his head as a pillow. אמרו in חולין, they said our sages in חולין, אמר רבי יצחק מלמד שנתקבצו כולם למקום אחד, והייתה כל אחד אומרת עלי יניח צדיק ראשו. Rabbi Yitzchak said that all those stones came up into one place, and each one of them said, on me the righteous person will put his head. והנה על העיקר הזה העירונו זיכרונם לברכה במדרש קהלת רבה. And also on this principle, the sages commented in the Midrash, שאמרו, זה לשונם, ראה את מעשה האלוהים וגומר. Look at the doings of God. בשעה שברא הקדוש ברוך הוא את האדם הראשון. At the time that God created the first Adam. נטלו והחזירו על כל ענייני גן עדן ואמר לו. He placed him.
He picked him up.
He picked him up and put him והחזירו.
Yeah, and like took him around.
This kind of reminds me of like Sims. You remember when you pulled I don't know if you ever played it and you pulled it and the person kind of
Yeah.
So God pulled him around and he showed him all the trees in Gan Eden. And ואמר לו, ראה מעשיי כמה נעים משובחים הן, וכל מה שבראתי בשבילך בראתי, תן דעתך שלא תקלקל ותחריב את עולמי. Look, God told Adam, look at all how nice and משובח, glorious, is all of my creation, and everything that I've created, I created for you. Give me ten datcha, or be careful not to destroy it and not to wreck my world.
Yeah.
How's that connected to the all?
He's saying he's saying God wants us to he's explaining that when we destroy ourselves, we also destroy everything around us, right? The other things that are that God created, because the entire world was created for humanity. Right.
כללו של דבר, האדם לא נברא בעבור מצבו בעולם הזה, אלא בעבור מצבו בעולם הבא. So the principle here is that man was not created in his form to be in this world.
Matzav, right? Matzav kasher, his for the situation for his situation in this world.
The man was not created for his situation. What do you mean by his situation?
Ba'avur matzavo ba'olam hazeh. The matzav in which you find yourself, that's not
right.
That's not the inyan. Right? The inyan is matzav, the ba'olam haba is our situation, how we will be when
in the world to come. How did they translate it? That's very interesting. His state in this world. Yeah. Okay. Even from the translation, it's not very easy to put it the way you put it. So that's very interesting. I wouldn't have thought about it. Because that says you're not here so that your state in this world will be delightful or whatever. You toil here, or you do what you do here, and what happens to you happens here. But it's for the sake of what happens.
The word matzav is used in modern Hebrew.
Yeah, it's used, but it could be in various things. It's not. I wouldn't say that it's easy to understand it from that. That wasn't the Matzavo could just be like his state, like in general,
or
like physical state, or
I mean that's included. Yeah. Okay. No.
אלא שמצבו בעולם הזה הוא אמצעי למצבו בעולם הבא שהוא תחילתו. However, the state of man in this world is only for the purpose, is only a means in order to achieve the goal, which is the world to come. Which is the ultimate purpose. על כן תמצא מאמרי חכמינו זיכרונם לברכה רבים. You will find writings of our sages, numerous writings of our sages, בסגנון אחד מדמים העולם הזה למקום וזמן הכנה. In one way, they portray this world as a place and time of preparation, והעולם הבא למקום המנוחה, and the world to come as the place of rest. ואכילת המוכן כבר, והוא מה שאמרו, ואכילת המוכן כבר. And I guess the world to come is also where you eat what is already ready for you, I guess.
Yeah. What is already prepared, like Shabbat. Right? Yeah. So you prepare now for later.
והוא מה שאמרו, העולם הזה דומה לפרוזדור, כמו שאמרו, והוא מה שאמרו, העולם הזה דומה לפרוזדור. And this is, now we understand what our sages said. This world is like a vestibule. כמו שאמרו זיכרונם לברכה, היום לעשותם ומחר לקבל שכרם. And also what our sages said, today to do them, the mitzvot, and tomorrow to get their reward. מי שטרח בערב שבת, יוכל בשבת. And also they said, I think, I don't know where, but they said.
Avodah Zarah bet, apparently.
Avodah Zarah bet. Whoever toiled in before Shabbat will eat on Shabbat. I think Erev Shabbat here, they probably mean Chamishi B'er, like Thursday night. I think I remember something.
Okay. I mean, right? Friday also, I mean, that's when on Friday you make the chamin, you know?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it can be night, right?
Yeah.
You remind me that I have a chamin recipe that I need to try.
Oh, very nice.
העולם הזה דומה ליבשה. This world is like land, is I don't know how to translate. Is compared to a land. והעולם הבא לים וכולי. And the world to come is like an ocean. וכאלה רבים על זה הדרך. And there are many sayings of our sages in the same form.
Apparently that's from Kohelet Rabbah.
This word is like the shore, and the next word like the sea.
Okay.
Look, I'll do a few more, but then maybe we can switch.
Okay.
ותראה באמת שכבר לא יוכל שום בעל שכל, and you will see also that truly no person with a clear, with any brains, will be able to believe, לא יוכל בעל שכל להאמין, שתכלית בריאת האדם הוא למצבו בעולם הזה. So nobody with a brain will be able to believe that the ultimate purpose of a man is, of the creation of man is for the sake of his state in this world. כי מה הם חיי האדם בעולם הזה? Because what are the life of man in this world? או מיהו ששמח ושלב ממש בעולם הזה. או מיהו ששמח ושלב ממש.
Or who can be truly happy and content in this world.
Okay. That's good. ימי שנותינו בהם 70 שנה, ואם בגבורות 80 שנה, ורעבם עמל ועוון.
Oven.
For this one, I will need help.
I mean, it's a quote from Psalms, right? The days of our life
are 70 years, and if by strength 80 years, yet their span is but toil and trouble.
Okay. וכמה מיני צער וחולאים ומכאובים וטרדות, ואחר כל זאת המוות. He has all kinds of pains and sicknesses and pains and tradot,
Worries.
burdens.
Burdens.
Okay. ואחר כל זאת המוות, and after that he's going to die. I excuse my language, life's a bitch and then you die. Right. אחד מיני אלף לא ימצא שירבה העולם לו הנאות ושלווה אמיתית. Right? Well, not even 1 in 1,000 sees that the world is so great and he finds true rest. וגם הוא אילו יגיע ל100 שנה כבר עבר ובטל מן העולם. And even such a person, once he gets, let's say he lives to be 100 and he's born incredibly wealthy and everything, right? He's still going to die and disappear. ולא עוד, אלא שאם תכלית בריאת האדם היה לצורך העולם הזה. Not just this, but if the whole purpose was for this world, לא היה צריך מפני זה שתנופח בו נשמה כל כך חשובה ועליונה שתהיה גדולה יותר מן המלאכים עצמם. Then it wouldn't be necessary for God to breathe into him such a holy and elevated soul, important soul that is even greater than those of the angels themselves. Right? So if you were born to just have pleasure from this world, why do you need such a lofty soul? What?
Overkill.
כל שכן שהיא אינה מוצאה שום נחת רוח בכל עינוגי זה העולם. And I mean, you see, like being some great intellectual doesn't cause you to have great delight from this world, right? והוא מה שלימדונו.
I thought what he means here, kind of the emphasis here is that, like, your soul doesn't find pleasure, like can't really your soul can't find a pleasure in anything in this world anyway. Or
yes, but even more so than that. That was the first part. The second part is, if the whole point was for you to have pleasure in this world, like it doesn't help you to have more pleasure in this world to have some lofty soul that cares, about holy things. והוא מה שלימדונו זכרונם לברכה במדרש קהלת, and that's what the sages taught in the midrash on Ecclesiastes. זו לשונם, this is what they said. וגם הנפש לא תמלא, and also the soul will not fulfill. משל למה הדבר דומה? What is this like? לאירוני אירוני. What is an irony?
Like an urban, like a small town guy.
Oh, common peasant. Okay. L'ironi shenasa bat melech, who, like a peasant who marries a princess. Im yavi la kol ma sheba'olam, if he brings her everything that he has in the world. Einam chashuvim la klum. She's not going to have any pleasure from these things. Shehi bat melech, that she's a princess. Kach hanefesh, similarly the soul. Ilu heveta la kol ma'danei olam, right? If you bring all the materialistic pleasures of this world, einam klum la, it's not anything to the soul. Lama shehi min ha'elyonim, because it is from the supernal worlds. Similarly, the sages said, Al korchacha ta notzar. This is actually my favorite.
This is your favorite?
Yeah, it really is. Al korchacha ata notzar, al korchacha ata nolad, ki ein haneshama. Well, they didn't put the
Right. It
entire.
continues like now
Yeah,
you're here.
yeah.
Yeah.
It actually is my favorite Mishnah.
No, yeah.
Okay.
It is. I like it too because it hits you. Like it's not something you expect them to say, but then
Yeah.
once they say it, it's like okay, well, I guess.
And don't let your soul, don't your evil inclination convince you that the grave will be will be Beit Manos, will be a refuge for you.
Yeah.
That always hits hard.
Yeah.
Because the soul doesn't love this world klal at all. Rather, it's disgusted by it. Im ken vaday lo haya habore yitbarach bria letachlit shehu neged chukah v'nima'as mimena. Right? Therefore, it's very clear that the Creator, may He be blessed, would not create some object for a purpose that is against its manner and that it is that disgusted by it.
Mhm.
Ela briato shel ahadam, but the creation of man, lamatzavo ba'olam habahi, it is for his situation in the world to come. Va'ken nitnal bo neshama zot, and that's why he was given this soul. Ki la ra'ui la'avod, for it is fitting to serve. Uba yuchal ha'adam lekabel hasachar b'makom mo uzmano. And there, a person can receive his reward in its place and at its time. שלא יהיה דבר נמאס, אלא נשמתו כעולם הזה. Right? It's not going to be something disgusting like his soul of this world. אלא אדרבה נאהב ונחמד ממנה, וזה פשוט. But rather, it's something that his soul is going to delight in, and this is clear.
I am interested in what do you how they translate "Kila ra'ui la'avod," because it is fitting for the soul joined with the body to serve Hashem in this world. That's how Art Scroll translates. Kila ra'ui la'avod. It's kind of a weird.
It is. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I mean, it seems to me like maybe the way to translate it is that the body serves the soul.
Kila ra'ui la'avod ota. Like it is
the neshama.
Yeah, to serve the soul. Yeah, because it is fitting for the soul. Yeah.
But that's not how they translate it.
No, not Art Scroll says, yeah, it is fitting for the soul to serve Hashem in this world. So.
Oh, so that it will attain the higher stuff, maybe?
And with the soul, men will be able to receive the reward for serving in its place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Vehine. Achar sheyadanu zeh. After we know all this stuff. Navin miyad chomer hamitzvot asher aleinu v'yikar ha'avoda asher beyadenu. That way we can understand the importance of the commandments which we have been commanded and the preciousness of the service which we have in our hands. Ki hine elehem ha'emtzaim ha'mevi'im otanu el hashlemut ha'amiti, because these are the methods through which bring us towards the true perfection. Asher biladam lo yusag klal, that without them nothing would be achieved. Va'ulam yadua ki ein hatachlit magia ela bikoach kibutz kol ha'emtzaim, However, it is known that you cannot achieve that end except through the potential of gathering all of the manners, asher nimtza'u, which can be found, va'asher shimshu lahagio, and which can be used to attain it. Ukefi koach ha'emtza'im v'shimusham, and according to the potential of these methods and their use, ken yihyeh hatachlit hanolad mehen. That's how you can achieve the ends which they engender. V'kol hefresh katan sheyimatza be'emtza'im, and whatever separation, small separation there can be in these methods, tibachen toladato beberur vadai, בהגיע זמן התכלית הנולד מקיבוץ כולם, כמו שכתבתי, וזה ברור. זה לא ברור. The difference, the small differences between these various methods, a person will be able to understand once he achieves that.
No, I think what in the art school, how it translates it, the way that you use these methods, any deviation from how you use them, if you use them for good, or you did something a little wrong, okay, that will be on you. Somebody will be there to for sure make sure that.
Beberur vadai. Okay, yeah, okay.
So I have a friend. I did a chavut on this with two friends, and I think one of them said that he knows a lot of people that read the first chapter and then they were like, I can't do this. It's
like this is too much.
Yeah, because he tells you like this is very important, and everything you get wrong, even if it's a small deviation, it will surely be.
It's gonna be it's gonna be. Ma'ata vadaihu, and from this it's clear shahadiktuk sheyeduktak al inyan hamitzvot v'havodah, that how carefully a person is regarding the commandments and service. Mukhrach sheyihyeh betachlit hadiktuk ka'asher yidakteku shoklei hazahav v'hapninim v'larov yokram. Right? He has to be careful with it, just as someone who is measuring gold or gems, right? Because these are such important things, right? He uses very fine measures. Ki toladatam noledet bashlemut ha'amiti v'hayakar hanitzchi she'ein yakar lamala mimenu. Because these are things which engender perfection, true perfection, and the eternal preciousness, that there can be no greater than it for us. Nimtzenu limedim ki ikar metziut ha'adam ba'olam hazeh hu rak lekayem mitzvot v'la'avod la'amod benisayon. So we have seen that the main how did they translate it? The primary purpose of man's existence in this world is solely to fulfill the commandments and to serve God and to stand to trials. Okay. והנאות העולם אין ראוי שיהיו לו אלא לעזר לסיוע בלבד. And the pleasures of this world, they are only here in order to help and to assist him alone. לשיהיה לו נחת רוח וישוב דעתו למען יוכל לפנות libo el ha'avodah hazot hamutelet alav, so that he could be able to rest and his mind would be comforted, so that he could turn his heart, his attention towards this service which he is obligated. Va'omnam ra'ui lo shetihye kol piniyato rak leborei yitbarach. However, it's fitting that all of his attention should be to God alone. V'shelo yihye lo shum tachlit acher, that he shouldn't have any other purpose. V'chol ma'aseh sheya'aseh, in whatever he does, im katan ve'im gadol, whether it's a small thing or a great thing, ela lehitkarev alav yitbarach, except that he spend his time trying to be closer to God, velishbor kol hamechitzot, and to break all of the intervening things, mafsikot, which get in the way, beino levein kono, between him and his creator, henna kol inyane hachamriut, all of the materialistic things, talui b'ahem, and anything that depends upon them, ad sheyimashech acharav yitbarach mamash kebarzel achar even hashoevet. Kebarzel, okay, that he would be drawn towards it like barzel is magnet. I see.
Well, no, but iron is metal.
Like a metal to a Evan Hashoevet, a magnet.
It's interesting because Evan Hashoevet, the magnet. It's a very interesting way of.
What's Evan Hashoevet?
Evan Hashoevet is the stone that
draws.
Draws or shoevet. Yeah, draws is like it's like almost like sucks, like a vacuum.
Yeah, I understand the word. I mean, is that how you say magnet in modern Hebrew?
No, you say magnet.
Magnet. The Ramchal didn't know magnet. What kind of The kol mad sheyuchal lachshov shehu emtsa'i lekurva hazot, and everything that could be considered to be a means to this closeness. Yirdov hacharav, he will chase after it. V'yechazbo, and he will grab it. V'lo yarpehu, and he will not let it go. V'chol ma sheyuchal lachshov shehu meni'ah lazeh, and anything that would stop this, yivrach mimeno, he would run away from it, keboreach min ha'esh, like someone fleeing from a fire, uke'inyan shene'emar, like is said in Psalms, dovka nafshi acharecha bi tamcha yaminecha, my soul clings after you, your right hand upholds me. Kevan biato la'olam einad ela latachlit hazeh, because the whole reason he's in this world is for this purpose. Dahain, that is to say, lahasig et hakirva hazot, to achieve this closeness. Bemalto nafsho mikol mone'eha umafsideha, in his saving his soul from anything that would harm or hinder it. Vehine achar sheyadanu, now that we get all of this, veitbarer etzlenu amitat haklal hazeh, and it's clear to us the truth of this general principle. Yesh lanu lachkor al pratav. So let's look at the details. Lefi madragatehem mitchilat hadavar v'ad hasof, according to their degrees from beginning to end. Kemo shesidran Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair. How Rabbi Pinchas ben Yair explained them, b'ma'amar shalo shehevenu kvar b'hakdamatenu, in what he said when that we talked about in the introduction. Vehem, and these are hazehirut, that is the cautiousness, hazrizut, the alacrity, hanekiyut, the cleanliness, I guess, haprishut, the abstinence, hatahara, the purity, hachasidut, the piety, ha'anava, the humility, yirat hachet, fear of sin, v'hakedusha, and holiness. V'ata nivaram achad b'siyata deshmaya. And now we're going to explain each of them with God's help. Yeah.
Nice.
Very nice. Are we doing 1 hour or 2 hours?
Yeah, I think probably 1 hour.
Okay. Yeah.
Like I could probably do a little bit more, but I feel like ending it in a chapter.
Yeah, it makes more
Kinda
sense
nice.
to end with chapters. Yeah.
But it's nice.
It's nice. It's good. It's good. And
yeah, he's perfection. I think Cal is like
he means the shlemut. Yeah.
Oh, I thought he means the stream is perfection.
I think when we were trying to find a word for shlemut, that may be when he said it, but of course that might be true as well. I mean, this is a pretty perfect stream, you know. Okay.
But yeah. I didn't know that, or somebody told me that the Ramchal was also like a playwright. Like he has a lot of
Yeah,
work.
so apparently he wrote a play, and so Sandy says he must be in the stream. Yeah, apparently he did write plays, and now people have like, because going to plays was never a very pious thing in most circles. Apparently there are people who are like, hey, the Ramchal wrote it, you can't be against it.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, me yiftach piv. The thing is, the Ramchal, it's very funny. The Ramchal lived a life in which many people criticized him for not enough prishut, not being enough of a Pharisee, you might say, almost, but enough of a monastery and a monk,
Mm-hmm.
not and he was a very humble person from everything I've read. But he also, I mean, look, his Torah is studied with such great esteem throughout the Orthodox world, and it's only been the last 30-40 years that it's become like this. Kalanimus says he wrote plays, poems, books on logic, etc. He was Italian, pretty much expected from Italian Jews, very eclectic people.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know about like Italians, but I mean, I would, from my understanding of more Sephardic Jews or like sages, there was less preshut.
There definitely
various
was.
reasons, but yeah.
There definitely was. And I mean, parts of that becomes a question of the Muslims may have been less averse, that more welcoming than the Christians were. And part of it may be that, I mean, ultimately, like, Islam theoretically matches with Jewish thoughts a lot closer than I think Christianity does, theoretically. In practice, I don't know if I can say that, but I can say that in theory. Yeah. So who knows? But yeah, there definitely was a greater amount of openness, and it is what it is. And yeah, we're trying to figure out our way. I mean, there's a reason why there is Haredi and modern Orthodox, and both have their place. But yeah, his writing. Kalana says that the Italians had the Haskalah without the subversion of Judaism for the most part. That would be nice. I mean, it's funny. The Sephardim went through the Enlightenment through Catholic areas, while the Ashkenazim were mostly in Protestant areas.
Interesting. I haven't thought about that. I mean, all some Sephardics didn't go through the Enlightenment, though, right? I mean, like,
yeah.
Islam.
Well, yeah, but I mean, yeah. I was just thinking, Italy, Spain.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We are ending this stream next week, people.
Thank you, everybody.
Next week and next year.
Next